Each time the prisoner took his medication, he would secretly spit it out when the guards weren't looking. After confirming no one was around, he would take out the antibiotics he had purchased at great expense. He then tied the bottle with stolen fishing line, securing the other end to his back molars. Once everything was ready, McCabe immediately placed the bottle in his mouth and swallowed it into his stomach without hesitation. Next, he disassembled a lighter, keeping only the flint he would need later, and concealed it beneath his fingernail. With these preparations complete, he bound his wrist with a shoelace and positioned his thumb against the edge of the table. Applying force simultaneously with his right foot and wrist, his thumb instantly twisted and dislocated. Despite the excruciating pain, McCabe clenched his teeth, not daring to make a sound. He knew this was his only chance to escape. McCabe was a heavily guarded felon facing life imprisonment. Just when he thought he'd spend forever behind bars, a turning point arrived. Police Captain Frank's son had been diagnosed with leukemia, and by sheer coincidence, only McCabe's bone marrow was a match. Left with no choice, Frank approached McCabe, hoping he would donate his bone marrow. To Frank's surprise, McCabe agreed immediately upon hearing the request. However, he had one condition: permission to smoke in prison and unrestricted access to the library. Frank hadn't expected such simple terms. Desperate to save his son, he agreed on the spot, but he didn't realize he had already fallen into McCabe's trap. Smoking wasn't McCabe's true objective. What he really needed was the flint inside. His visits to the library weren't about reading either. His purpose was to steal detailed blueprints of the hospital structure. Once everything was in place, McCabe was escorted by countless guards to the hospital where Frank's son was being treated. To ensure the surgery proceeded smoothly, doctors first strapped him securely to the operating table, then immediately administered anesthesia. But they didn't know McCabe had already bitten through the bottle and swallowed all the antibiotics inside. The doctors soon noticed something was wrong. According to all vital signs, McCabe hadn't entered an anesthetized state at all. Just as everyone prepared to administer anesthesia again, McCabe had already begun his plan. First, he pressed his thumb back into dislocation, slowly freeing himself from the guard's handcuffs. By the time the medical staff sensed something was amiss, it was too late. He kicked the doctor behind him to the ground, then used the flint hidden under his fingernail to ignite a fire. As the operating room descended into chaos, McCabe quickly spat out the antibiotic capsules hidden in his mouth, grabbed a defibrillator, and jumped headfirst into the hospital's laundry chute. He slid down the shaft to the first-floor laundry room. The guards tried to rush downstairs in pursuit, but McCabe had already reached the laundry room and changed into a doctor's coat. By the time police arrived at the laundry room, McCabe had already returned upstairs through the chute. Seeing no guards on the upper floor, McCabe effortlessly took a doctor hostage. At that moment, Police Captain Frank suddenly arrived. He could have shot McCabe dead right there, but he didn't. If this prisoner died, his son would have no hope of survival. To ensure his son could live, Frank reluctantly lowered his weapon and could only watch as McCabe walked away.